Stop calling it love when it is actually debt. If you are emptying your future just to fund her present, you are not a boyfriend, you are a sponsor. And here is the brutal truth about being a sponsor. The moment the payment fails, the service gets disconnected. No notice, no farewell, just silence. Most men right now are suffering from what we in Nigeria call Mugu syndrome, being the universal donor of a relationship, giving blood, sweat, and savings to someone who wouldn't even offer you a seat in their own story. Today, we are going to talk about the real cost of trying to be a man without first being the master of your own resources. Welcome back to Modupe Steeze, where we dress the mind before we dress the body. Today's story is not fiction. It is happening right now on the streets of Lagos, in the flats of Abuja, and trust me, in the apartments of London and Atlanta too. Because Mugu syndrome has no passport, it travels with you wherever you go. This is the story of Chidi, a brother with discipline, ambition, and a savings account he built from absolutely nothing. And Ovinuyon, a woman who moved like royalty, but spent like she had a rich uncle nobody knew about. This is not just about money. This is about ego, entitlement, and the dangerous game that quietly plays out when a man mistakes financing for loving. If you are ready, let us get into it. Chidi was the kind of man most people quietly respect. Lecky apartment, solid tech career, a savings account built kobo by kobo on pure discipline. No inheritance, no shortcut, no godfather, just sacrifice and delayed gratification. Then came Ovinuyon. She carried herself like she was born into something rare, elegant, magnetic, the kind of woman that makes a man unconsciously straighten his back the moment she walks into the room. But behind that grace was a quiet secret. Her account balance was regularly reading insufficient funds, while her taste was firmly reading 5 stars. Now Chidi knew this. Deep down, somewhere behind his infatuation, he knew, but he had convinced himself that a man of his caliber was supposed to rise to her lifestyle, that spending beyond his means wasn't recklessness, it was romance. That right there was the first symptom. It started the way it always does, quietly, almost innocently. "Baby, my hair is due." Chidi dropped 150,000 naira, a serious bite out of his monthly savings, but he smiled. He wanted to be her hero. He wanted to be the man who never flinched. Then the requests found their confidence. "Baby, my phone camera is blurry. How do you expect me to create content like this?" The latest iPhone Pro Max, nearly 2 million naira. He swallowed hard, but he swiped, because in his mind, he wasn't spending, he was investing. Investing in love, investing in her potential, investing in them. Then came the one that should have woken him up completely. "I am bored. Let us do a luxury trip to the Greek islands for my birthday, just the 2 of us." And Chidi, deep in the fog of Mugu syndrome, didn't ask himself whether he could afford it. He asked himself how he would afford it. There is a difference, a very expensive difference. Every time his balance dropped, he would look at her and quietly whisper to himself, "Man must do what man must do to keep a good woman." He didn't realize he wasn't keeping a good woman. He was funding a lifestyle that was never his to fund. By month 8, the savings account he once called his pride, the one built on years of silent sacrifice, was sitting at exactly 2,450 naira, 75 kobo. Read that again. Let it land. Now, before we go further, if this story is already hitting somewhere familiar, if you are nodding quietly right now because you have lived some version of this, drop the word sovereign in the comments below. Just that one word, sovereign. Because a sovereign man is not a man without emotion. He is a man who never outsources his peace, his purpose, or his savings account to someone who hasn't earned the privilege. And if this story needs to find the right brother before it is too late, share it right now. Send it to someone who needs to hear it before month 8 becomes month 9. We move.
Before we close out part 1, I need you to do something uncomfortable. Open your bank statement. Go back 3 months and honestly highlight every transaction you made, not out of necessity, but out of the need to impress, to keep, or to prove yourself to a woman. Add it all up. Look at that number without blinking. Now ask yourself just one question. If I had never spent any of this, would she still be here? If the answer is no, or even just maybe, then understand this clearly. You were never in a relationship. You are on a subscription plan. And like every subscription in the world, the moment you cancel the payment, the access disappears. That is not love. That is a transaction with feelings attached. Here on Modupe Steeze, we explore the art and science of human connections, because understanding why we connect, why we give, and why sometimes we lose ourselves in the process is the most important knowledge any man or woman can carry. Chidi had the clothes, he had the apartment, he had the woman on his arm at every occasion, but he had lost the one thing that actually defined his worth, his self-respect. In part 2, the money runs out, the mask comes off, and Chidi finally sees Ovinuyon for exactly who she was, and more painfully, who he had quietly allowed himself to become. Subscribe to Modupe Steeze if you are not already in the family. Turn on your notification bell so part 2 finds you the moment it drops. And if you haven't dropped sovereign in the comments yet, do it now. Let us see how many sovereign men and women are in this community. This is Modupe Steeze, where we dress the mind before we dress the body. My humble self, Modupe Olufemi, signing out. Part 2 is coming, and trust me, it gets very real.